Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to the new editing room. In this tour video, I'm going to show you all of the equipment, all of the tech and gadgets that have gone into this room that's probably taken me about 2 to 3 months in total to complete. So without further ado, let's take a look around. So I'm going to try and show you as much as I can in the editing room. First of all, we've got the 2013 MacBook Pro with Retina display. This is the 15.4 inch model. On the MacBook Pro is an Incipio feather case, and then just on top of the MacBook Pro, just here, is a Logitech C920 HD web camera. This is going to be bringing you some live broadcasts from the editing room. And then this is sitting on top of a stand. This is actually an Ekho stand for laptops, and I will leave a link to this in the video description. And then the stand next to this is an Editor's Keys microphone stand. Very, very good quality. And as we go up the microphone stand, you can see a nice boom arm coming out. Really cool boom arm, fully adjustable, allows me to extend the microphone into a really nice position. And this is the Rode NT1 XLR microphone. Really superb microphone, great quality, very, very clean audio when you're using this. And this is again something I'm going to be using for the live broadcasts. What you're seeing now is my Herman Miller chair. This is very, very comfortable, very ergonomic chair. They are quite expensive, but this has served me for probably about 6 or 7 years now, and it still is in pretty much as new condition. Very, very comfortable indeed, and I can't emphasize enough how important a good chair is if you're sitting at a desk for a prolonged period of time. So moving on, let's have a look at the desk, and this is probably one of my favorite parts of the room, purely because this is the first time I've moved away from like a cheap desktop, and this is made of solid bamboo. It is very, very tactile, and it was supplied to me by Worktop Express, and basically they actually finished this to my specifications. They've given it a nice sort of pencil edge, really nice finishing to it, and it just is really, really luxurious. Love the fact that it's solid wood as well. Now, whilst we're concentrating on the desk, let's just take a look underneath. Just underneath here, we've got one of 2 IKEA cupboards. I'll show you the contents in a short while. Moving across, there's just an extra leg in the middle there, just for support. Some Foamex board that I cut to size just to hide all the wires behind. And then that second cupboard, again, I'll show you the contents of that in a short while. And then moving across in the corner here, we have got my late 2010 quad-core Mac Pro, and again that's in another IKEA unit, and these are all used just to support that really nice bamboo worktop there. And then we'll concentrate on furniture for a little while longer. Just over here we have got a retro cabinet, and this was from a company called A Place for Everything. Again, I'll leave a link in the video description, and it's a metal retro style locker, and it looks really nice. Let me just come back a bit so you can see a little bit more of it. Looks really very, very special indeed. Let's take a look inside. So we've got this sort of old style locker handle, and inside we have got just lots of storage area. So I've got a headphone stand in the bottom there, some consumables for my printer, some XLR cables. We've also got my Brother label printer, some notebooks, another little label printer over the back, and a mouse, and then some of my watches in the top shelf there. And then on top we have got my whiteboard, which I just recently purchased, and this is where I'm going to just be writing some ideas for videos, some work in progress, etc. And then of course we've got my bobblehead collection. Love the bobbleheads, and the Lego VW camper van that I made over the Christmas period. So let's have a little look in cupboard number 1. This is on the right hand side of the desk, and inside here we have got some really good storage in the bottom here. These are all hard drives that I use for backing up. We've also got a laptop stand, power supply, and some sort of cable management bits and pieces. And then on the top shelf we've got some screen cleaner. We've also got a few little cables that I use quite regularly, a little note block there, and then also some storage hard drives. These are Macally enclosures, 2 terabyte hard drives in each, and I use those for all of my photo work. And then moving across, let's move across to this cupboard here, and inside here we have got some really good cable management going on. We've got a power block down the bottom which is where I plug in all my bits and pieces like my Mac Pro, my Thunderbolt display, etc. And then on top of here we have got a Lacie, and this is their 5 big Thunderbolt storage device. It's got 5 2TB hard drives in. 3 of them are in a RAID 0 configuration for all of my video work. So when I edit, all of my video work goes on here. And then the other 2 drives inside this unit are on a RAID 1 setup, and they back up all of my video work. And then to the left here, we've got a Seagate expansion drive. Again, that is for backup, that backs up my Mac Pro. And then on the top shelf there, we have got a USB 3 hub, which also has charging ports in it as well. And then we've also got my gigabit Ethernet switch. Now, before we move on to what's on top of the desk area, I know you're all wondering what this sort of wine red colour foam is attached to the wall. Well, this is an acoustic foam that was supplied to me by aixfoam. Again, a link to their website will be in the video description. And this centre section that you're seeing running up here, this is purely for decorative purposes. But the main foam area, this portion here, and then also on the sloping area here, and it runs round all the way behind all of the monitors. This is for sound absorption, and it really changes the acoustics of the editing room. So instead of getting an echo or any sort of audio bouncing back off of solid surfaces, it has a deadening effect and improves the acoustics so much when you're recording voiceovers or in fact broadcasting. So when I'm using either this microphone here, the NT1, or my Audio Technica AT2020, the audio has just been improved so much, and it really does look fantastic. I love the red colour. It comes in a variety of different forms. You can either get it in this sort of trapezoid form, or you can get it in sort of a wedge form, or in little sort of pointed peaks. And I went for this one because the acoustic properties of this one was really suited to the room. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So moving on, let us have a look down here at the actual desk. So on the corner here, we have got my Moleskine notebook just in here. And then over the back, we've got another laptop stand. This is a Belkin Ghost laptop stand. And then I've got a secondary audio interface. This is an XLR interface, got USB output on the back, XLR inputs, and I can use that with some of my microphones. This is a Tascam US600. This is a backup audio interface. You'll understand why I say backup in a short while. We've got my LMAO coaster just there. We've got my Rode PSA1 microphone stand, and that is attached to a USB microphone. Audio Technica AT2020. Again, this is a backup microphone because I primarily use the Rode microphones now. And this stand's really good because what I can basically do is swing this microphone out into position and also lower it in position as well. And then when it's not in use, I can just push it to the back here. So very easy to use and a superb microphone stand. Then moving on, we have got a Thunderbolt display. This is probably one of the best purchases I made of last year. Very good display and really colour accurate and just a pleasure to use. Superb resolution. And then underneath we have got a drawer. You've seen this before in a video review. This is a Just Mobile drawer, and inside here we have got all of my memory cards, and we've also got a Apple mouse in there as well, which is on charge all the time, and it just keeps everything nice and neat. Pushes back in like that when not in use. Just to the right, just forgot to say over the back here, this is a Sumo from Blue Lounge. It just stops my charging cable slipping down behind the desk. Then we've got a Lexar memory card reader, USB 3, which is attached to the Mac Pro. And then here, this is a new addition. This is my primary audio interface now. This is the Focusrite Forte. It's got a little breakout cable at the back, and I left these all unconnected so you could see them. So you've got some line inputs and also 2 XLR inputs. And then we've got this sort of touch sensitive panel on the top, and we can use this for controlling our audio levels. So I can control my mic level with this rotary control. And then it's also got headphone output on the front here, so I can monitor my audio as well. So this is now my primary audio interface. And then moving back to this area of the desk, we've got an Apple Magic trackpad. We've got my Logitech Solar keyboard, the K750. We've got my iPad Air, which I keep here for if I'm reading notes. And then we've got my late 2013 6-core Mac Pro, which was in the studio, but it's now made its way into the editing room. And then over in the corner here, we've got a Philips Ekho display, and that's sitting on top of a Just Mobile mTable, and then an Apple wireless keyboard completes the setup. And that's connected to the late 2010 quad-core Mac Pro in the corner there. So it's looking really good. I'm really pleased with how everything sort of worked out on this sort of area. The editing room now sounds superb sonically, thanks to the aixfoam as well. And it really does just set the whole room off. It really does look very, very striking. And I hope you like it too. So that really concludes the tour of the editing room. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. Thank you very much for watching it all the way through to the end. Please do make sure you hit that like button. Please do subscribe to the channel as well, so you see all of my future broadcasts and videos, many of which will be coming from this very room. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see another video of mine, please do click the annotation on the top of your screen now. And also, you can click the annotation on the bottom of your screen and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time.